Welcome to the Untrained Experts, a podcast for combat sports and fight news.
Welcome back to Untrained Experts, episode number 6. What's up, man?
Not much. What's up, man?
Not much, dude. See you out there whipping the new ride.
Yeah, back in the Tahoe now. I went ahead and made the purchase, man.
Yeah, dude. I like it.
I had
man.
to.
It's nice.
I had to.
Yeah.
I had to do it, man.
Just getting tired of that little car.
Yeah, the Camaros they're so small.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a good car for the future.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I've been looking at it. Like,
Yeah,
I ended up not paying that much more for this Tahoe. It's newer. It's super nice.
Yeah.
Leather seats. I mean, everything you want, bro. Got a little lift kit on it. It's nice. And, it's a good car to have for the future. Because, I mean, I might be having some kids before too long. Mm-hmm. It's like, I can't haul a kid around in a Camaro, really. It's kind of hard. But if I was super rich, I would I would have 3 or 4 cars, obviously. I would definitely have held on to the Camaro. But
those Tahoes hold their value, too.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, dude, 80,000 miles, that's all it has.
Mm-hmm.
I probably won't put 50,000 on it, and I'll have it paid off still.
Yeah.
So it's a good buy for me. I'm super excited about it. It's dope.
I didn't expect you to get one that fast. Like you were talking about it like last week, and then you're like, man, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. And then you're like, you show up
the
in
next
one, I'm
day,
like, whoa.
Well, that's what happened, bro. I went to get an appraisal on my car, and I was like, man, if they give me enough money if they give me more than what I owe on my car, I'm going through with it. Mm-hmm. And they offered me $500 more than what I owe on my Camaro, so I was like,
that's surprising.
Yeah, I know. It really is. And
like most of the time, they're like, oh, well, it only books for this. We'll give you this, but it's not going to cut. They don't ever want to give you like full payoff.
Exactly. No, they never do.
Yeah.
And I went to get an inspection today, and the guy who sold me my car, he's like, yeah, I guess they haven't done a whole lot to my car. It didn't need a lot of work done or anything. I think it needed a new windshield because I had a crack in it. But other than that, it didn't need a lot of work. He said he detailed it. Already has a guy coming to look at it. Which, I mean, it's a 13 Camaro, 77,000 miles. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty solid buy. And he was like, but he said, I mean, we're probably only going to sell it for like 17 or 18 probably. He was like, we're only going to make a couple grand off of it. He said, we're not trying to just like, jet people. The only car salesman I think I've talked to that wasn't like, just didn't seem shady.
Where'd you go? I mean? Did you go to the one on State Line up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, the Volkswagen dealership.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I was thinking the one over there about the Extreme or whatever they call it.
Well, that's where I got my Camaro. Extreme,
oh, is it?
But this is the...
It's all the same. Though if it doesn't sell there, they'll move it down there and bump the price up a couple grand.
Well, see, it's a little bit different because the brothers. Yeah. The brothers that own the Oars.
Oh, so that one is...
Volkswagen's it's Keith.
Ah,
and then
gotcha.
I bought my other cars, his brother.
Yeah,
they
great.
Don't like each other.
Yeah.
I thought with the same name.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I don't get it.
The whole situation's crazy. Like they own damn near every car lot in town.
Literally, just about.
Yeah, and they're competing against each other.
It's the weirdest thing ever. It's like, why don't you just go into business together and
make all the money?
Yeah, make all the money. I mean, it would make more sense than battling against each other all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, I love how the radio commercials are always like, the better side high.
Yeah.
It's like
on the affordable side about 30.
Yeah, the affordable side. Yeah, you can tell they're just sending little jabs.
When I worked at the airport out there, Gregor has a private jet, and he used to come out there all the time. And yeah, he'd always drive out there in something different. So I got to drive some cool cars that were his,
Oh, I bet.
Like ZL1 Camaro, CTSV. He had a Hennessy Camaro for a while.
Those Hennessy.
Porsche. Dude, I mean, I drove some cool stuff just from him coming out there and getting his jet and go out of town.
That's crazy. Have you seen the Hennessy's? The Z01 version of the Hennessy's? Was that what it was? The Z01?
This one was just SS, but it was the 600 horsepower supercharged version.
So crazy, bro. Have you seen one of the Hennessy's? I think, what do they call it? The Exorcist.
Oh yeah,
is what they named
that's the Z01.
Well, they named it that because the Dodge Demon.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, this is the Exorcist.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 horsepower, I think.
1,000 horsepower, yeah.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's wild.
Can you imagine getting behind the wheel of 1,000 horsepower?
Yeah.
I mean, God, I'd probably wreck. I'd probably die. Wouldn't be safe for me, man.
Yeah, dude.
Stick to the Tahoe now. I like to cruise.
Yeah.
Insurance went down too, though.
Did
so,
it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it went down. I actually went and got it today. It went down $30.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, it's not bad.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, I'm with State Farm, so I mean, it's only going to get better. They say it's only going to get lower and lower as long as I don't, have any wrecks or tickets. I'll be good.
That's cool. You can also take like a defensive driving class
Yeah, lower your insurance.
Yeah, it'll drop your insurance down. It's good for like 3 years.
Really? I'm trying to do everything I can. I want it as
Dude,
low as possible.
Those classes are so easy. Like, you go in there. Like, I've taken one before because I got a ticket and I didn't want it to go on my record and bump my insurance up. So I went and took it. And you go in there and sit in a class for like a couple hours and just listen to them talk.
And then you're done.
And like fill out some test little things that you go over the stuff and then you can write the answers down as they're doing it. You know, they hand you out little packets and stuff. And then they give you a certificate at the end. Like, it's really easy.
Super simple.
Yeah, it's like an afternoon. It's like $25.
Can you just do that like anytime though?
Mm-hmm.
And lower your rates?
Like once a year, I think. I think you can do it once a year, and turn it in. But if you do it for your insurance, it's good. It stays on your record for like 3 years that you took it. So you can't do it again and turn it in for your insurance, but every 3 years.
Yeah.
But if you get a ticket or something, you can do it like once a year.
I might need to do that.
Yeah.
Because
I've done it before. I've only done it because of tickets, but I've taken it, I think, 2 or 3 times over the years.
I need to do that because I'm not paying that much. At least I'm saving money compared to my old rates, but I want it to be. As low as I can buy. Like,
for sure.
If I could pay freaking $10 a month for insurance, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, for sure.
It'd save me a lot of money.
The least amount.
Exactly.
The better.
Insurance companies are crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy how much goes into that. What were we talking about the other night? How much they're worth?
Oh yeah, who was the number one? State Farm.
Yeah,
it was like $64.8 billion was what their whole company's worth.
What?
And it was like
they literally have like 20 or 30,000 agents just in the United States.
Second place on that list was like $30 billion less.
So needless to say, State Farm's kind of doing well in the insurance game.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, obviously.
Yeah,
it's crazy how much money.
That list was insane, man. Like, just the gap from first to second. That's not world. I think that was just United States, or I don't think that's worldwide though, because like there's some in China that was like 100 and something billion. It must be like the only one over there or something.
Yeah, probably.
Or maybe just because there's so many damn people, life insurance and
so
stuff. I don't know.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's insane.
I've never understood insurance. I don't know. It's crazy how expensive it can be.
Yeah.
Especially if you're one of those people who doesn't screw up all the time. It's just like, you shouldn't have to pay that much for insurance at all.
No. It's crazy
if you're
how
wrecking all the time. I guess it makes sense. It's like, well, this company's having to pay for all your damages, so you're basically just paying them back in a way. But
but
like,
you would think,
never get in a wreck and you never get tickets or anything negatively, like, I feel like your rate should just automatically go super low.
Yeah.
Like, you should have a super low rate, and then it should go up as you...
Yeah.
But, of course, that's not how the game works.
Mm-mm. And then deductibles and all that shit. When all that shit plays in, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, when I got T-boned in my truck, like, the end of 2017, and just for them to...
Was it bad?
It messed up. Like, it hit right behind the passenger side wheel on the back of the bed.
Damn.
Like, they had to replace the whole bedside, repaint the tailgate, replace part of the bumper, replace one of the taillights. So I mean, it was like $2,200 worth of damage.
Golly.
And I had to pay $1,000 deductible.
So it was your fault or theirs?
It was my fault. Yeah, it was a
crap happens.
Yeah, yeah. But
that's one thing I don't want to happen. I don't want to get unlucky like that, because I mean, it couldn't happen to anybody at any time. I mean, I know plenty of people that have accidentally pulled out in front of somebody they didn't see them or nothing.
Yeah, this was I was coming up to a light to turn, and he was back there a pretty good ways, but it looked like he was slowing down. Like, I thought his light was turning. Like, I had the green, like the yield arrow, like the arrow to go or whatever. And I was coming up to the light, and he was coming up from the other side. I thought he was stopping, so I went ahead and went. And then when I went, he must have been going, like, he was hauling ass, I floored it and tried to get out of the way, and he almost missed me, but he caught right at the back of the bed and, like, caved it in pretty good.
That's the worst.
And then they couldn't get to it. Like, I had Geico at the time, and the only shop that they would guarantee the work from there was only one shop here in town. Like, I could take it anywhere I wanted, but they would only guarantee the work from one shop. And I was like, well, shit, I'm going to take it to the one y'all guarantee the work from, because if they fuck it up or it messes up in a year, I don't want to have to be bringing it back and trying to fight with y'all and getting it fixed, So I decided to take it to the one shop that that would mess with it, and they couldn't get to it for like a month. So it sat in my driveway wrecked for like a month. And I had the 30 days of rental car coverage or whatever on my policy. So I went to Enterprise and got a car, I went right away because, I only had one vehicle and I needed something to drive. I wasn't about to bum rides for a month till my truck went in the shop. So I went up there and they asked me what I wanted, and I was just like, I don't know, just a car. I want something good on gas,
I can drive.
Yeah, and the dude was like, we went out and looked around the parking lot a little bit, and he's like, I got this in today, and gave me a Cadillac XTS. So I got to swing a Cadillac XTS for a month.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a nice little car, and I drove that for like a month, and then, at the end of my 30 days or whatever, my truck was just going in the shop. And I had already used up my whole 30 days that the insurance would cover. So I was either going to have to come out of pocket or try to figure something out.
Gosh.
So I went ahead and took it back, and they fixed it pretty quick. And I got another car from somewhere else and just used that for like 2 weeks, and then my truck was ready.
Well, that's one thing I got my insurance today for that Tahoe, and they told me I have that. They cover me for renting and stuff like that. So
that's nice, man. It comes in handy for sure.
Say,
if I would have had to pay out of pocket, that would have gotten expensive.
Stupid expensive. But especially depending on what car it is.
Yeah.
Those places will charge you $100 a day for a car.
Yeah. This car was a little bit more than what the insurance covered $35 a day, and this car ended up being it was going to come out to $40 a day or something like that. So I was going to owe a little bit in the end, but it was either that, or I could either get that nice car, or I could get just some other little hatchback, something. Or whatever, and I was just like, man, I'll just do the caddy.
Why not?
And it was only I was gonna pay less than $20 for the month to be able to have it.
It's not bad.
And but somehow their math ended up being messed up. So in the end, I ended up not paying anything and even getting some money back after I took the caddy back,
so
a few dollars. It was $6 or some shit.
Better than being in the negative.
Yeah, it was cool. But yeah, dude, I forgot we never did mention in here. We got our new mic stands and everything set up.
Yes.
So if the audio sounds better, that's why we don't have to hold our mics anymore.
I hope it does. Yeah. If there's anything y'all think we can improve on, let us know. Anybody out there listening, contact us on the Facebook page or Instagram or something, and let us know. Give us any advice. We're not experts yet on this. We're untrained.
Yeah. As long as we can stay away from these mic stands, last week both of us hit them. Yeah. At one time during the thing, you can hear it in the audio. I tried to fix it, but.
Yeah, little noises.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do trying to fix that audio. Yeah. If you hit it, all the vibrations kind of messes up the thing. But as long as we can stay away from that, dude, this setup works so much better. We got a nice little setup now, we got a nice little studio thing going on here now. So hopefully we can bring y'all the best experience possible. I hope so. And then we got couple little T-shirts to test out. So hopefully.
T-shirts look dope, man.
I think they turned out pretty good.
T-shirts look super sick with the logo on them.
Yeah, for just something I found on the internet just to test,
I'm starting to I really like the logo blown up like that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks
good.
It
looks cool on a shirt.
Heck yeah, it does. I like it with the black background.
Yeah.
Is there any way on our podcast we could put a black background behind that logo? Because on Apple and stuff, it's white.
Is it? I thought it was black on mine.
Is it black?
I thought so.
On mine, it's white, I think.
Huh.
If there's any way to make it black in the background on the logo, I think that would look even better.
You know what it is? My podcast app has it is white. Huh. Yeah, I can make it black.
That's what I was saying. I was thinking maybe, especially if the shirt's being black, I think if we made it black, it would look even better on that logo.
I'll mess with it and see if I can make it black and then put that on there.
You can just update the logos on the podcast, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was just saying
it does look a lot better on a black background, I think.
Yeah, it looks really good with a black T-shirt.
I want to try and find somewhere local that can do these shirts so I don't have to wait on them. It took 10 days to get these two.
Is there a place called T-Shirt Mania here or something like that?
I don't know. My dad was telling me about some place on 59, so I'm going to check into it, see, because if I'd like to eventually offer these where people can buy them.
If anybody's interested, just reach out to us. We'll make a little pre-order list or something. If y'all are interested enough, and if the future somebody listens to this podcast, then that's still going to stand. So
I've been working on some other designs too, so I want to have a couple of different options.
Yeah,
and put in an order.
We have all the options in the world when it comes to logos or anything.
Yeah,
we can change whatever we want. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, if we get people wanting to order some, I can go. We can have them put in an order for them or whatever, and then I can just go get them instead of having to buy a bunch of shirts and then try to get rid of them.
Exactly. Yeah, and if we get to a point, we can get different quality type shirts.
Oh yeah, the next shirts will definitely be thin. These are thick, the thick cotton shirts, so they're kind of hot.
I don't mind those.
Yeah, I like to travel in softer ones better.
Well, it would be cool, even an Under Armour, an all black Under Armour or starter shirt or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that would look really good, I think, with the logo. It would fit really nice. It'd be almost like a shirt you could go work out in or something. Which you could work out in that, but I'm just saying,
I wouldn't recommend
it. What material is that on an Under Armour? Not
I don't know what it is.
I mean,
yeah,
what is
some
that
kind
technically?
of. I don't know.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know
guess
what that
look
is.
in the
Polyester blend or something.
Maybe. Yeah, that's
stretchy. I don't
something
know.
stretchy, but I think that would be cool. Or just like a dry fit.
Yeah, dry
Nike
fit
type
shirt.
shirt. Yeah,
That'd be cool.
I think that would be really cool.
That's why I want to find somewhere local that way I can test some different shirts. I can just buy some shirts that I like and take them up there and get them to put the design on and see how they turn out.
Start showing interest in them and stuff. We can put more money into the shirts and make them nicer and everything.
Mm-hmm. I definitely like the screen printed as opposed to like layered vinyl. Like I was gonna have some made that were like vinyl layers, but I think the screen printed style works better for
sits better on the shirt.
Yeah, it works better for like a bunch of different layers and colors like this has,
Yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah, I posted some pictures on Instagram, so if anybody wants to see them, they can go on there and look. But
yeah, just reach out to us, y'all. We're still in the beginning stages, so
yeah,
we're trying to grow, but any support would really help.
Dude, speaking of shirts, I saw that 3-piece in the soda Masvidal shirt. Dude, the design is not very good. It's not what I had something.
Ours is better, probably.
I had something completely different in my head. Like when he was saying 3-piece in the soda, I had this cool like design how I pictured it being, and it's like 3 fists, and the middle one has a cup in it, and it has like arrows on the top and bottom. Like it's not a very cool design. Like I could have done something way better than that.
Especially in that, yeah.
Like I don't know.
I mean, you could have literally done like. I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, you could have done like chicken wings.
Yeah,
or, that
really, was my thought.
You could have really went into like the 3-piece in a soda. Like that's where the concept of the art should have started.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was instead it's like
with something chicken wise because that's what he was talking about. Like
you could have done like something creative and had like a chicken throwing a punch.
Anything.
A chicken with some MMA gloves on or something like that in the middle.
Yeah, because I mean, in Askren, like they're basically going around Popeyes or KFC or something. He's like, you have to bring the whole family meal for me.
Yeah.
And it's like you could have done something way more creative than that.
Yeah, I had a different.
Sounds really boring.
Yeah, I was gonna buy the shirt because I thought it would be cool.
Dope,
Yeah. But like how like the Sriracha logo is with the rooster in the middle.
Yes.
I had something pictured like that in my head. Like I was picturing for some reason I was picturing a maroon shirt with like a tannish colored like logo on it with like a chicken or like something to do with a 3-piece and a soda in the middle, and then the circular words around would say 3-piece in a soda. And
see that even sounds better.
And with like a kind of a faded font and stuff.
Yeah, you already have a better concept than what they.
I had this all pictured in my head, and then I saw his shirt, and I was like, "Oh, that's terrible! Like, I don't even want it now. I'm not gonna buy it now just because I saw the design.
Like, I'm not gonna spend money on something that I'm not gonna. Even if it's a funny shirt, I want it to look good.
Yeah.
I want the concept to make sense. I want people to read it and be like, "Oh, I know what that means."
Yeah.
Like
an inside
with the chicken with the MMA gloves, like somebody. And it said 3-piece and a soda on it or something like that. Like somebody would see that, and anybody who knows MMA would be like, that's funny.
It wouldn't even have to be a chicken in there, just something,
3 fists?
Yeah, just 3 fists like side by side, and the middle one has like a crumpled up cup. And I was just like, what are you doing? This is
3 fists and a soda.
Yeah, that's 3-piece and a soda.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Maddox could have came up with something better than that. That sounds that sounds like Maddox came up with it. 3 fists.
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I saw it and I was just like, oh man, what the hell is this? Like, I don't even want that shirt.
I was be purchasing it.
I went on his website to look at it because I was gonna buy it. I had looked at it when he first was talking about on Joe Rogan. I went on there and I was gonna order one or look at it and order one or whatever, and they hadn't came out yet. It was like the end of the week or whatever they were coming out, and then he was on Ariel's show the other day, and I went on there and looked at it. And I was like, oh man, nah.
Did he really promote it on that show?
He was wearing it, and Ariel brought it up, and they talked about it a little bit. But yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool on that design. I might make my own design and just send it to him.
An actual 3-piece. You can do that. Sell it on what are those websites like Etsy and stuff like that, where people just make their own T-shirts and sell them. Something like that, man. You can probably make money off of it. And
I've been working on
they might reach out. You never know. Anything could happen. They could reach out and be like, we really like your design better than whoever designed this. So we're going to start giving you money. You never know.
I've been working on some cool like vintage style logos for us, like simple kind of vintage looking logos.
Oh, you're messing around with our podcast logo? Might change it up a little bit.
Well, no, just like have other shirt options. That way we can have other shirts that we can wear with our podcast stuff on them, and you just have different logos and stuff.
That makes sense.
But I think the main podcast logo, I'll just leave the same as this because I really like how that one turned out. You know, we can change it later on or whatever we decide to. But it's whatever.
I mean, it's like most podcasts. I mean, I think Rogan's has been the same
for years.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people change theirs like yearly.
Yeah.
So I mean, as far as logos go, it doesn't. You know, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Could always do more, but bro, Avengers.
Dude, I'm so
We're going to see Avengers tonight. I know somebody listening to this is going to see Avengers tonight too. Opening night. I'm super excited.
I had no plans to go on opening night, and
I talked you into it.
Well, it kind of. I didn't think the tickets would still be available. Like I didn't order them right away because I thought we had to work. I was thinking Friday because normally movies come out Friday. Yeah, I forgot they're doing like the early opening stuff now. So I was like, oh, we got to work this weekend. I'll wait until the next weekend off and I'll go see it. And then, you know, I heard how everybody was having hell getting tickets, you know, and, you know, especially when the tickets first came out, everybody, like, sites were crashing and stuff because everybody was trying to get them at once. And I was like, oh, man, tickets will be sold out. Yeah, I'll just wait, you know.
What's cool is that they have so many showings on. It's like Thursday.
They probably added more. They probably didn't have as many at first and then came back and added more.
Because opening night, there's literally like 6 or 7 showings. So it's like that might as well be the opening night instead of it coming out Friday. Yeah. Because Thursday it's technically coming out when you have showings at 6 p.m.
I didn't expect there to even be tickets left. And when y'all said you were going, and I was like, oh man, I got it.
Yeah.
If there's still tickets, I want to go. You know.
Yeah, 6 and 7 are sold out now, and you got 7:15.
7:15. Yeah. So this is the first. This is the first ever opening
movie
for opening night movie I've ever gone to.
I've only been to like 2 other ones. I went to The Hobbit. And then I went to one of the Star Wars.
Yeah, especially since Maddox has been born. You know, he's just now getting to the age where he can go sit through a long movie like that. You know, he used to. He would lose interest. He'd be down on the floor wanting.
Yeah, you can't take a 3-year-old to see a 3-hour movie.
I took him to see something like 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, and halfway through the movie, he sat down in the floor on my phone watching Netflix at the movie theater.
That is called not being able to pay attention.
Yeah, I was just keeping him. I wanted to keep him quiet because I didn't want to bother other people. But you know, we're there. I didn't want to just get up and leave because whatever movie it was good. I was enjoying it.
You already spent the money.
So I'm there watching that. I was like, all right, you sit right there and watch this. I'm about to watch this movie.
Yeah,
you know,
not like anybody's gonna mess with you about it.
Yeah.
I just turned the brightness down. Movie while he's in the movie.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's the thing about kids, man. I mean, it's like. Whatever takes their attention, that's what has their attention. You know what I mean? It's like all it takes is 2 seconds for them to get tired of one thing and they're on to something different.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what's crazy about kids.
Yeah, he's getting to the age now where he can sit down and pay attention to something for a while.
He knows how to actually take in, retain the information.
If he has the option, like he likes to watch YouTube and stuff, if he has the option, like he'll watch it like half of a video and change it and go to something else. But like if we're sitting watching a movie or if we're at the movies, you know, he does a good job sitting there the whole time now. So. I think I'm looking forward to this. I think he'll enjoy it. You know,
Dude,
he loves superheroes. He loves Avengers.
Insane, though.
So much happening.
Imagine they're packing so much.
Dude, I've been dodging spoilers like the Matrix over here.
Yes.
Like, dude, there's so many spoilers online and stuff now.
I accidentally open an eye. Shab would probably ruin it for me next week. Yeah, come Monday, he's probably gonna be like, "How'd you guys like Avengers? Super exciting."
Yeah, that feels like
Thanos dies at the beginning.
Yeah,
I don't know, just something crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though.
Just kidding. I don't think he's gonna spoil nothing.
Yeah,
people were hating on him so hard for spoiling.
Game of Thrones. Yeah, yeah. I'm about to try to get started on Game of Thrones. I think I'm so far behind now. Yeah,
I'm a diehard fan.
I've only watched
it since season 1.
Yeah, I've only watched
most people
episode 1 or 2 in the first season. And I just at the time I couldn't really get into it, and I was like, I'll get back to this later, and then I just kind of forgot about it. I had a lot of other stuff to watch and stuff like that, and I think I'm going to get back to it. But
when I first started, that's when I started the end of season 1, right before season 2 started. I got HBO and watched the first season.
Yeah,
this is kind of cool, but it wasn't it didn't super draw you in, which I can understand why some people. I can understand why the show didn't blow up after season 1 or 2 because it tries to get you into the show and show you all the characters and kind of give you a backstory. But then after season like mid season 2, especially season 3, it starts getting crazy and it's just action packed and it starts really making you be on the edge of your seat and making you like, oh my god, I can't believe this. You know what I mean? Kind of like how a good movie does.
Yeah, when it first came out. I didn't have HBO or anything or a way to watch it, so I never got started on it
I
then.
don't even think they had HBO now back then.
Yeah,
like
and
you
then,
actually had to have HBO to watch it.
Yeah, and then a couple years into it, like I was like, all right, I want to start this now because our buddy Ty kept blowing me up about watching it, and telling me I need to watch it. And I'm like, all right, I'll get to it, man. And then I tried, and then like it just, I don't know, it's slow and a lot of story to set up, and it just, I don't know. I was watching other stuff at the time I liked more, so I just never went back to it.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. When I started watching it, I love medieval type stuff. Like I like old fantasy type stuff, medieval stuff. Like I love that type of stuff. So Game of Thrones was like what it was exactly what I was into.
Yeah.
But like even after the first season, I mean, I'll admit I wasn't like in love with it.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. Like I thought it was a good story, and I was like, this show has potential, and it just steadily got better and better. And you could tell like HBO started putting, as soon as it started, they knew when it was getting some notoriety because they started putting way more money into the production of it. Like White Walkers and all that stuff, they started putting a lot of money into it. And I think that's one reason like that the show's coming to an end is like they're putting a lot of money into it. Like that, over a long period of time they couldn't really put as much money as they're putting in.
Yeah, dude, at this point, like I'm so far behind and I don't have time to binge. Like I can't binge watch stuff. Like I don't even watch TV until Maddox goes to bed. So like when I'm staying up, so like I'll watch a couple episodes at a time, but I can't do more than that. So
the only good thing about Game of Thrones is like all the seasons are pretty short. They're all 10 episodes or less.
Oh, are they really?
I'm pretty
all
sure.
of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If I remember right.
I thought they were like 20.
No, but they're all like an hour long.
Yeah.
And like coming up, they're saying that episode 3, which is about to start in season 8. Is going to be an hour and a half long.
Yeah. See, I think
all their episodes, which this season I think is only going to have 7 or 8 episodes.
Yeah.
It might not even have 10, but they're all going to be like movies.
Well, the writers of the show released like a 21 episode must see list or whatever, and so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch the 21 episodes.
Go watch those episodes, and you'll know all the information.
Yeah. So I don't have to watch every episode.
Watch all
like
the best
60 something episodes just to get to the new season. I'm just going to watch like the main episodes that I need to watch throughout the whole series. Yeah. And then if I really really like it, I may go back later on and rewatch the whole thing.
It's just like one big movie.
Yeah, together.
That's what I love about our TV series, though. Is like it's such a long story told.
Yeah, it's a lot better format for certain characters and stuff.
Exactly, like you grow closer to. That's what's good about TV shows. That's a huge difference in TV shows and movies. It's like a movie that they might draw you into that character during the movie, and then it's like the movie's over, and it's like you forget about it. Yeah. Like if you watch a TV show, like one episode a day or one episode a week, and it spans out over time, like you kind of get a connection to certain characters because you just continue to see them and continue to see them.
Yeah,
TV shows, like I think that's what's one thing that's smart, and one reason TV shows will always be around, whatever kind of TV show it is. Maybe not a sitcom or something like that, but certain shows, especially like Game of Thrones, that really go into detail. But I mean, it's basically like a movie with how much they put into the production too.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some kind of spin-off, just like the way...
Oh, you already know.
Yeah, just like how, like the Walking Dead or whatever, I think...
Fear the Walking Dead.
When that show ended, they started another one, right?
And it's like, I haven't watched the very latest season of Walking Dead, which I think just ended. I didn't watch. But my sister said some of the stuff is really good. Like, she's still enjoying it, but so many people have strayed away from Walking Dead. They're saying, like, it's just getting old. And, most of their favorite characters...
The same old thing over and over again.
Yeah, most of their favorite characters are died. But from what my sister explained to me, it's changed a lot.
Oh, really?
Like, the latest season, like, especially like halfway through, like, crazy stuff happens. Like, a lot of stuff from the books happening and, like, a lot of different stuff. So, I don't know. I might get back into that because I didn't even watch the latest season. I was like, I'm over it. I'm over Walking Dead. But I used to love that show, too. I mean, season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of that show, like, I loved all of them. I made sure to watch that show as soon as it came out. Like, I was a diehard Walking Dead fan, like I am Game of Thrones now. But it's just like one of those things that got old over time. And
you can only go so long.
Yeah, but everything has a spinoff. Game of Thrones will. Like, Sons of Anarchy was one of my favorite shows, and now it has a spinoff, The Mines or whatever, which I haven't even watched. I haven't heard very good things about it yet. But and that's the thing about spinoffs. You never know if they're going to be good either. It's like they just try to make a quick buck, I feel like. A lot of times they don't always put the same amount of energy they did into the original show.
Yeah. Well, do you think we should talk some MMA on our MMA podcast?
Yeah, I guess. We can talk a little MMA
if we must. Dude, this past Saturday we had...
was that UFC...
Fight Night 149?
Yeah, 149.
Yeah. There were some pretty decent fights on there. A lot of decisions on the main card. There was a lot of knockouts like on the undercard, though. But Shevchenko's sister lost. That Roxanne Modafferi girl beat her.
Undefeated, too.
Yeah, beat her by decision. It was a back and forth fight, but she just couldn't do any kind of striking. Like every time she tried to get in striking range, that girl would just grab her and take her down. She's a grappler, so she would just take her down and like lay on her and wrestle her and kind of beat her up.
But she's also a lot more experienced than her too.
Yeah, dude, that girl has like
Shevchenko's sister. I mean, it sucks to call her Shevchenko's sister. You know, I kind of feel bad about that, but Shevchenko's just really good. And she's really made a name for herself.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that's her first loss.
Oh yeah.
So far, she's been undefeated in UFC. She's only going to get better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially with, I mean, come on, that's your sister. You know she's going to teach you stuff.
This girl has.
She's going to give you insight.
She fought a girl with 37 fights.
Exactly.
And she's got 8 now.
8.
That was her 8th fight, and that was her girl's 37th. Yeah.
I mean, good. I mean, it's going to happen. You know, a lot of times. You know, unless you're just like a phenom, you're going to lose some fights.
Yeah, you could tell that girl,
especially at the beginning of your career.
She was happy to win too. You know? Yeah, she was really happy to win. Like she was trying to, be funny. Like they on the mic, the dude asked her like who she'd like to fight next. She's like, I want to fight Cyborg. No, I'm just kidding. Like I'll just fight whoever they want me to fight.
That's definitely not Nunes.
Yeah,
for sure. Level.
After that, there was Sergey Pavlovich and Marcelo Gom. Yeah, Sergey looked good, dude. He beat him in minute 6 in the first round.
Knocked him out.
Yeah. God. Yeah, his striking was on point, dude.
How'd they knock him out?
It's just strikes against the cage. I mean, he just like
put it on him.
Yeah, they came out pretty.
Stop it, huh?
It started quick, and then he just he got the dude against the cage and was just landing some vicious. I mean, just
bombs.
Yeah, just messing him up.
Sometimes you can't recover from those. You really can't.
Mm-mm. Yeah, he had him rocked.
About those aggressive guys.
Once he got him against the cage, it was over. Like Gom couldn't do anything at that point. And then after that, there was, to me, fight of the night, Islam Makhachev and Arman Tasikurin. I don't know how you say that.
I'm not sure how you say the
name. Dude, that was a really good fight. It was a really, really good fight.
That's the one Rogan posted on his Instagram.
Yeah. It was a really back and forth fight.
From that one. It was a good fight.
And that Islam Makhachev, dude, that's Khabib's cousin.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No wonder he's good.
Yeah. This fight, it was the first time he's ever been taken down. That dude was able to get one takedown, but he took that dude down like 7 times.
That's Khabib. No wonder.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It was really back and forth.
From what I saw, I saw a few clips from it. It was, it seemed really high caliber fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like really high caliber. Like,
yeah, it was really back and forth. The dude, I'll call him Armin. That dude started getting like really winded and really tired towards the end. Like he just,
ran out of gas.
They were both worn out, of course, because it was a non-stop fight. There was no,
they didn't get to rest against the cage or
it was back and forth just the whole time. But
sometimes dudes go to war like that, man. 15 minutes and they just won't slow down.
Yeah, it was a really entertaining fight. Islam's 17-1 now. I don't know who he lost to, but
solid record.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who he fights next and what happens there.
I didn't know he was 17-1. I didn't know his record before that fight.
It was good though. It was a good fight.
I'd like to see those guys make a little bit more noise.
Yeah.
I love that. I love seeing guys who aren't well known start making noise and start making you making you notice them.
A breakout fight. And now you're like, whoa, I got to look into this thing.
Somebody comes out of nowhere and beats somebody like a Max Holloway or whoever it is. They beat somebody really high caliber, and then you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Didn't see this coming. I love seeing that.
Yeah, I think it was
that's so exciting about MMA. I mean, that's going to happen. People who are underdogs are going to win, and they're going to beat high caliber fighters at some point.
Yeah.
And they're going to become a high caliber fighter.
I think it was at that fight night. Khabib was there, of course, supporting his cousin or whatever,
sure.
and they did
nothing better to do.
They came in. Yeah, they came in like did like an interview with him or whatever, and we were asking him about Dustin, and he said that he has to smash him like he does everybody else.
Yeah, I have that on. Yeah, he said. What did he say? I want to say I have it saved on here. A quote from him.
It was something to that effect.
Basically, yeah. Like I gotta take him down.
I have to smash him like I do everybody or whatever. Yeah, I have to maul him. That's what he said.
Yeah, he's all about the maul.
And then Dustin was on Ariel Hawani's show the other day, and Ariel brought that up, and Dustin was like, saying that he's got really good wrestling, and his takedown defense is really, really good. So if Khabib can't take him down, Dustin's
gonna well on
he
him,
can
bro.
strike. He can box.
He can 100% do that.
It's an interesting fight to me.
That's the thing with Khabib is so many people have so much confidence in his takedowns, but I mean, how many guys has he faced that have the best takedown defense.
Yeah, the only one we've really seen was Ali Quinta, and he stopped a lot of those takedowns. He stopped a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean,
he didn't. I don't think he even got a takedown till like later in the round.
That's what's so intriguing about Gaethje and Khabib.
Yeah,
because Gaethje is a really good wrestler, and he's got good takedown defense too.
Yeah, his pressure's a lot.
Yeah, it's the pressure he puts on you. It's like, I don't know, him and Khabib are probably going to get in there, walk to the middle of the cage, and it's going to explode. I don't know, the whole cage is just going to explode.
Just fall apart.
Yeah, nobody's going to know what to do. They're both aggressive, very aggressive fighters. And I don't know, Gaethje's just scary. He's a scary dude. He's one of those dudes that's just like, he's going to keep coming at you. He's like a robot. And I mean, if you do, you're not going to knock him out, most likely. I mean, we saw what Poirier did to him. He was stumbling around, fumbling around, and Poirier still couldn't knock him out. Like, they just had to end the fight. Gaethje's a tough guy, and I'm ready to see him fight again. Like, he's one of my favorite fighters right now.
I like him.
You cannot watch a fight of his and not be entertained. Like, it's just wild.
Yeah, that Food Truck Diaries thing that Brendan Schaub did with him was pretty good. He was talking about, some of his.
He's so blank.
Yeah,
like he has no emotion.
Yeah, and
he's always just talking like this.
He always kind of sounds like he's slurring his words.
Yeah, he does slur a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if it could just be the way he talks, but I get that. When I'm listening to him talk, it sounds like he's slurring his words a little bit. You know. I hope that's not from fighting. I hope he was already like that.
Yeah, there's some guys. That's just
because he gets in there. He's in some wars, and he's young. You know what I mean? I think he's younger than me. I think he's only 26 or something like that.
I mean, every fight he comes in swinging. He is coming at you no matter what.
I like the Dustin Khabib fight though. I'm interested to see that. Like I want to see.
September.
I'm pulling for Dustin, man. After his whole story and everything, what he went through just to get there.
They put McGregor in there.
I bet Connor's just praying for that shit.
Dustin, please get it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fight.
On the main event on that card, we had Alistair Overeem and Alexei Olenek, who used to be training partners. They fought
they
before.
Used to be friends.
Yeah.
Or
they're good friends. Yeah, they're still good friends.
That's one thing they said, I think, before the fight, is that they're really good friends, but it's business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically.
You gotta fight.
Yeah, Olenek beat Overeem. I think it was an Ezekiel choke. That's his like patented move. He's finished like a bunch of people with Ezekiel choke.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it's like his own thing now. Like he's like the only person who really does it. Yeah.
But Overeem's knees.
Yeah.
They're just.
Yeah, it was pretty.
I mean, imagine catching knees from that guy. I mean, I'd probably die.
He beat him in there like into the first round.
There's some crazy stuff about Overeem. He has 3 UFC main event wins. He has an 89% career stoppage rate.
Yeah.
He has the number 1 striking accuracy in the UFC.
Like 83.
And he has 6 wins over UFC champions.
Damn. Legend.
Yeah, I mean, Overeem's a legend. He's obviously lost to some guys, but they've always been, the cream of the crop, top of the line.
Yeah,
guys.
his striking accuracy is like 79% or 83%. It was something like that. It's like right around there. They were talking about
really
it on
He takes really calculated shots. That's one thing about Overeem. It's like
power.
He looks at you. Yeah, it's got power. He looks at you and he knows. It's like he knows your next movement.
Yeah.
A lot of times, Overeem.
He's a scary dude.
Overeem's scary. Yeah, he's huge and he's scary. And I mean, Overeem's always been a legend.
And he's got 62 fights in MMA. Just in MMA.
Yeah, him and Olenek combined have 131 combined MMA fights.
That was Olenek's 70th MMA fight.
Jesus.
I don't know of anybody else that has numbers like that in MMA.
That's
I can't think of anybody.
Championship numbers.
Yeah,
guys,
like those
guys
crazy
fighting,
guys.
Muay Thai and stuff. He, but his record was 44-17. That's a lot of fights.
Yeah, 45-17 now.
45-17 now. That's a lot of fights.
That's a ton of fights. And against high caliber dudes too.
80-inch reach advantage. Reach too.
Yeah, they both had an 80-inch reach, and I think they were the same height. They're like 6'3".
Matchup, but Overeem's just.
Yeah,
savage. You know what I mean? He's one of those. I mean, you better come in there and you better be ready to roll if you plan on beating him.
Yeah, it was. Those knees were pretty vicious. And what I wanted to say something about their. I looked up their pay, dude. Overeem got paid so much more than everybody else on the card. Yeah, these were the main card payouts right here. Let's see. All right, Shevchenko. She made $23,500. Roxana Modafferi made $64,000. Sergey Pavlovich made $73,000. The dude he beat made $16,000. Islam Makhachev made 95, and the other guy made 63. Alexei Olenek made 41 grand on that fight. Alistair Overeem made $865,000 for that win.
He's a breadwinner for the UFC.
Dude, he
brings eyes to the UFC.
Yeah.
And he's been around.
Yeah. For somebody like that who's not a champion to have a contract like that. Dude,
yeah, I mean, he's good. That's going to be like every fight until
that's
he
so
retires.
Good for him. Like, he's getting paid what every fighter should get paid. Or around that.
Yeah, I wish
just,
all of them could make. maybe
all the
not,
a top 10 guy.
Maybe not entry level, but entry level guys should even still be making more.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
There shouldn't be
in a cage going to war with.
There shouldn't be 16. You shouldn't be making 16 grand to get the shit kicked out of you for a fucking.
Yeah, 16 grand for that fight,
minutes.
and that person might only fight one more time this year or two more times this year. I mean, they're making as much as I'm making a year.
Yeah,
and
especially if he goes in there and gets hurt and he's got to be out and then he's got medical bills on top of not being able to fight for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
he made 16 grand. Dude,
they really got to change the pay scale for these fighters.
They either need
especially UFC. Y'all got money, and you got
that or they need to.
Now you got to take care of these.
They
fighters.
need to do away with the Reebok and let them go back to having their own sponsors in the cage.
Yeah,
so that they can make their money like that, like they used to.
They get paid by
They do into the Reebok thing, so Reebok pays them, but it's not much. Like if you've ever looked into that, dude, it's like they might make like
it's not a Nike LeBron
a couple
deal.
grand off just wearing the Reebok stuff.
It's not, I mean, it's
ridiculous,
money.
man.
It's money, but it's not enough. You're not taking care of these guys, and they should all be taken care of. If you sign a deal with the UFC, you should know, like, I have plenty of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I saw Overeem was getting $850 to show and $15 to win. So even if he would have lost, he would have made $850 grand.
That's wow.
And he just happened to get that extra 15.
In his hands, then. He's making. They're probably ready for him to retire. Stop fighting. We have to pay you this, and we don't want to anymore.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much money for one fight. I mean, that's insane. I mean, he's making like.
He made more than Stylebender.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Stylebender
Poirier,
only made
Max Holloway.
350,000. All those guys only made like 350.
Max, I think Max made the most, like 465 or something like
maybe
that.
Maybe 500 after pay-per-view and everything.
Oh yeah,
whatever, after everything.
Yeah.
Still, he made that just to show up.
It's crazy, man.
Shows up.
I mean, he's been doing it for.
Away with $800,000. Like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, he's been doing it for so long. I mean, I get that he has,
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, he definitely does. Yeah.
Overeem, I love Overeem.
I wish more guys got paid.
I didn't watch all that fight just because.
Yeah.
I mean, from the beginning, I was like, Overeem's gonna go in there and handle business.
Yeah.
I know he is. He's gonna put those knees on him, and it's just gonna be over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. So, I mean, but he still deserves that money.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I always want to call him Ubereem.
Ubereem.
Just because, like, when he was jacked on steroids, everybody called him Ubereem. And, like, that name sticks with me. So every time I refer to him, I want to say Ubereem. I'm like, no, it's Overeem. Yeah. He's super jacked, too.
Oh, my God.
That same night, we had Terrence Crawford and Amir Khan.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Yeah, it was
a good fight.
Fourth round stop, or sixth round stoppage. Fourth or sixth. I think it was six, but it was a low blow. But it didn't. If you go back and watch it and look at it, it looks more like he got hit in the inner thigh.
Yeah.
But he was just looking for a reason to be done. Like Amir Khan was just getting. He was getting
well
outclassed.
Yeah. From all the clips I saw of that fight, he was getting this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Crawford was going in on him.
Yeah, he was getting outclassed, and I think he was just
There's no way he was going 12 rounds.
Yeah, it was a way out. Instead of taking the damage, getting knocked out, it was just kind of a way out. Like, it's already an illegal shot. Yeah. Or, I mean, it's a low blow, and he just said he couldn't continue, so they stopped it there, There's
just so much in boxing I wish that they would change.
Yeah.
Like, lately, especially, with, like, all the fighters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, boxing's just... I mean, there's a lot of standout guys, but UFC's starting to become way more popular.
The thing that sucks about boxing is all the promoters. Like, they all have...
Yeah, they all have a hand in it.
Yeah, it's like you don't get to see the fights you want to make because, like, we should have seen Wilder Joshua or Wilder Fury or Joshua Fury.
Now.
Yeah, we should have seen that shit a long ass time ago. Like, all those are the top guys. They should all be fighting each other.
Yeah, it's like the UFC. That's why I love the UFC. It's like, or MMA period.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they always make the good fights,
mm-hmm.
especially when at the top of the divisions. Whoever's the champion, like, they're going to try to make the best.
Yeah, they screw around every now and then. Like, some guys get
fight.
screwed out of a fight that they should be in, but like,
kind of like,
usually it comes back around.
Yeah, kind of like, I mean, if we're being technical, Covington deserved that fight with
Woodley
before Usman, but
Yeah.
Covington's a douchebag, so he didn't get it.
Yeah, dude, and he's annoying too.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about him.
I think he's wanting to go to the WWE.
Covington?
Yeah.
It's a good fit for him.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing that dude talk.
For real.
He's the fakest trash talker I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I mean, at least when Connor trash talks, like, that's coming from him.
Yeah. Well, and like Askren
trash talks, he's forcing.
At least Askren is like, it's funny on purpose. Like, it's lame on purpose.
He's fucking
like, Covington's trash talk is like, it's like wrestling. It's like WWE wrestling. I mean, like.
You can just tell it's fake.
Yeah.
You can just tell he's saying that just because he wants people.
He's trying to be like Ric Flair of UFC. Like, he comes on like Ariel. He was on Ariel's podcast the other day. He was talking on that on there, and yeah, like it's just like the typical Covington.
I'm not saying Covington's not a great fighter because he is.
He has a lot of skills.
He has a lot of skills, but
I don't think he beats Usman or Woodley. But
no, I think
he's right up there.
I don't think he could beat either of them. I think he's a 3 guy though.
Uh-huh.
I think he can fill that spot.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll have to see what he does against Usman when that comes up. They haven't announced that card yet, have they?
They said that. He said that they
won't be too far
were
away.
talking about like June or July, and then they were saying it's probably gonna be like early August.
June and July, we got crazy fights, man.
Yeah,
like so many fights.
Yeah, he was saying that somewhere around June. They were saying June or July. Then they're saying that Usman got hurt or something, or he hurt his foot, I guess, in the Woodley fight or whatever. So they were saying that it may be more like August. So, Covington's got to be out for a while. Because he hasn't fought in like almost a year right now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And then
who was his last fight?
RDA.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah, that's been a while.
RDA's about to fight again.
That man's consistent.
Yeah,
that man is fighting all year.
So by the time August rolls around, it's gonna be like over a year since Covington's last fight.
That's just
I
don't know, man. Going in there with Usman, that's your next fight after a year. Good luck.
Yeah, for sure.
Good freaking luck. Because he's gonna Khabib you.
Mm-hmm.
he's not gonna give you a chance, man. I'm still excited to see it.
But
still super excited.
Back to boxing real quick. The fight they need to make, man. Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence.
Yes, that's what I meant to mention that earlier.
That's what needs to happen, man. That's the fight that needs to happen. I don't know if it will. They got different promoters and stuff, so. It depends on if those guys, if the promoters want them.
I hope they make that
set the fight up, man.
Bro.
They need to. Dude.
I mean, boxing needs fights like that.
That's the fight.
That's a fight you have to make.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a money fight.
Mm-hmm. That's the fight that needs to happen next.
I think that should happen next. They should go to that for sure. I mean, Crawford. I don't know. Can he pull that fight off though? Can he win?
I don't know, man. I don't know which way. I don't even know how to call that, dude. That's a tough fight both ways.
That's
though.
what I'm saying,
I mean, Crawford's a monster
so
too.
That is such a good fight.
Yeah.
Boxing world, please make that happen.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that bad.
Well, Connor had a boxing match.
Yeah, I saw
Did
that.
you see that?
Yeah, I think it was some kind of.
It was an exhibition type fight.
Yeah, exhibition. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Like
it was in his hometown, I guess. He had fought there before.
Yeah, like in Crumlin, Ireland.
Yeah, he had fought there before, like a long time ago, and he was just coming back. It was like he's friends with the guy who owns the bar or something. Whatever it was for. I don't know. I was listening to a little bit.
They said that they said it was just typical Connor. He was in there just smothering the guy with jabs.
Yeah.
Just, putting it on, but it was basically just a sparring match. But it's nice to see Connor doing something.
The dude's trying to come out and say that McGregor hit him with a cheap shot right off the bat, and that the referee took Connor's side and just laughed at him. I don't know if I believe him, but he said that when they came out to touch gloves, instead of touching gloves, Connor just lunged at him and hit him with the left hook in the eye.
Surely not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see video. I'm not going to.
Connor's that big of an asshole.
Yeah, I'm not just going to take this.
To be all the time, man. He's really not.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
I'm not just going to take that dude's word for it unless I see some video proof,
Yeah, there better be some video.
Because this dude, of course, he wants to try to, and he wasn't trying to get the fight overturned or try to say that's why he lost or anything like that.
Publicity off Conor McGregor because that's an easy person to get publicity off of. People said, he threw my phone down, he did this, he did that. It's like
he did admit that Conor dropped him with a body shot, and he didn't know if he was going to be able to come back from it. But
it hurt, didn't it?
He's like, I didn't know if I was going to be able to come back, but I knew that I had, fighting against somebody like that that's been a multi-time world champion in front of all these people. He's like, I knew I couldn't go down like that. I had to come back and prove that I could be there, because he's trying to go pro in boxing, I guess. This dude is. But I was reading about that earlier.
Was this fight Jim Miller, Arlovsky? Was that this past weekend?
No, I think that's coming up.
That's coming up, right?
I think so. Unless it was on the
Fort Lauderdale. When's that?
Oh, that's next weekend. That's next Saturday.
Next weekend, yeah. I wanted to talk about them because this is random stats here, bro. Jim Miller has the most fights in UFC history.
Does he really?
31.
Damn.
Donald Cerrone, Jeremy Stevens were behind him.
I thought Donald Cerrone still had the most.
No,
well, I guess he's taking the lead because this is the 30th. I guess Donald was tied with him.
Yeah,
this is his 31st.
So yeah, it's close.
That makes sense because I knew Donald was up there. I didn't know.
Cowboy and Jeremy Stevens are both at 30.
Gotcha.
And then Jim Miller's 31. So, I mean, he's got some experience. That'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
And RJ Arlovski, I mean, tough dude.
Where,
it's going to be a tough fight either way.
Oh, yeah, they're on the prelims. How weird is that? Arlovski and Jim Miller on the prelims of...
Prelims? Not even on the card at all, really?
Yeah, they're on the prelim card on ESPN, and then the ESPN
really
Plus
sees
card.
Those, man. Not many people watch those. I'll watch them. Not many people are tuning into that.
I only watch them every now and then.
That's what I'm saying. Not many
if
people
I
tune
have
into
the time,
prelims.
if I don't have the time, I don't have time to sit down and watch it all together.
Not everybody has that time.
Yeah. Or if I'm at work, I might throw them on just so I can listen while I'm working.
Yeah, something to listen to.
But
Andre Arlovski has 28. He has 28 fights. So I mean,
damn.
I mean, it's a very experienced fight, you could say.
Yeah, Ben Saunders is also on that prelim card. And then the main card.
Who's he fighting?
Takashi Sato.
Takashi 6'9".
Pretty much. Close enough. And then on the main card, we got John Lineker and Corey Sandhagen.
Good fight.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really good fight.
Good fight.
I mean, we say that, and it might not be. I feel like every time we say that, it's gonna be a really good fight. Somebody gets knocked out in like the first round. Are we jinxing people or what? Is this the untrained expert's curse?
That's how. I mean, if you look at a fight like that, though, it. I mean, most of the time you can tell when it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
Like if it's a fight where I didn't think Overeem was going to be a good fight. I thought he was going to go in there and dominate. Like if it's something like that, and everybody has their predictions, but
John Lineker's a beast.
Matchup. Yeah, it's a matchup I think might go all the way in decision.
And they've been saying Corey Sandhagen's like a phenom when it comes to jiu-jitsu and stuff.
Yeah,
so
kind of like a Brian Ortega.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready to see what happens with that. And then
Brian Ortega, I'm ready to see that guy fight again.
Dude, me too, man.
I don't know when he's gonna get back in there.
I don't want him to rush back and
either,
coming off 2 losses or no 1 loss. He just lost one.
Yeah, he just lost to Max.
Yeah, he just lost to Max. That's right. Yeah, coming off a big loss like
that's
that.
That's his only loss ever, though.
Yeah.
So I mean, he does got to bounce back, but I think he will.
Yeah.
Be a good fight to watch.
After that,
he fights.
Glover Teixeira is fighting Ion Cutelaba.
Good job. Sounds right.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Yeah, that's happened after that. Then you got Cowboy Oliveira and Mike Perry.
Love to see Mike Perry fight.
Dude, me too. I hope
Mike Perry's tough.
Yeah,
tough
I hope
dude.
he's made Cowboy Oliveira.
Okay.
The other cowboy, the Brazilian cowboy.
Yeah, the other cowboy.
Yeah. Mike Perry, he's made some changes. I think. He had gone to Jackson.
Who did he lose to? Who was
his last one was Cowboy.
Yeah, he lost
the
to
other
cowboy.
Yeah,
he lost to that cowboy.
Yeah, he's fighting one cowboy than the other, but yeah, he lost to Donald.
That's the Cowboys, man.
Yeah. He lost to Donald by armbar.
Yeah, I remember that.
It broke his arm too.
That's been a while though, hasn't it?
It's maybe 6 months or something like that.
Around that.
Yeah.
I think that was back in the fall.
Yeah, I think he supposedly made some changes and stuff after that, and he had moved camps and gone to Jackson Winklejohn, which is where Cowboy was at.
Yeah.
And then
Cowboy
left them.
I remember now. Yeah, Cowboy left him because they kind of had a little...
And then Mike Perry was only there for that one fight, and then he left there too.
So what's up with that guy?
I don't know.
I mean, Cowboy's been looking good since he left.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah.
I mean, what can you say about that?
I'm interested to see what changes he's made and how he's going to be. If he's going to...
I want to see him come back strong. Though.
He's always been good. Like, he's always had skills.
Yeah, I've always followed him on Instagram. I don't know why. He's just one of those random fighters I always like seeing,
He's a funny dude. Like, the way he talks shit, like, he's real... Yeah. He's kind of ghetto a little bit.
Yeah,
so he has
like a mixture,
Yeah. I don't know.
Like
it's funny.
You got a mixture.
It's funny. It's funny to watch him, the way he talks shit and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then we got the Greg Hardy, Dmitry Smolikov.
Still putting the Greg Hardy out there, huh?
Man. Co-main.
That's a co-main?
It's a co-main. They got Andre Arlovski on the prelim, and they got Greg Hardy as a co-main. And his last fight,
your numbers.
His last fight was a DQ from kneeing a dude in the head.
And he doesn't even know how to fight.
An illegal knee.
Dude doesn't even know how to fight. Okay.
An illegal knee because he was tired, and now he's the co-main.
Greg Hardy, I hope you get knocked out. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I know everything the dude's done or whatnot, but most of the time people don't just accuse you of that stuff for no reason. So I don't know. Kind of lost a lot of respect for him, but. If he can make a successful comeback, I'm all for forgiving people and giving them another chance. If he can do good in the sport, and I don't know. Yeah. It's a hard thing.
He still seems to be like he's an
amateur though. He shouldn't be fighting co-main events. He should be on prelims, getting experience.
He's just they want the eyes he's going to bring because he was in.
He's Greg Hardy. He's in the news.
Yeah. Because he played for the NFL for years. It's ridiculous.
Part of me wants to be a hater. The other part of me, wants to see him do good too. And
I
think there's a road to redemption for everybody, but I don't know.
He shouldn't be co-main.
I don't think he deserves that. He didn't deserve the recognition he's getting right now. He should have to climb his way to the top through the prelims like every other fighter.
It's just like the CM Punk thing.
Oh yeah, he's got no
big name, so he comes over there and gets main event co-main fights and loses.
CM Punk's an embarrassment.
But I just think, with at least Greg Hardy went through Ultimate Fighter to get to the UFC. But, I mean, this is his fourth fight. He shouldn't be a co-main when his last one was a disqualification loss.
That's the main thing to me. It's like he screwed up his last fight and gets DQ'd. Of course, I mean, John Jones almost got DQ'd against Anthony Smith. It can happen to anybody. Stuff does happen in there, and you don't always calculate your moves perfectly. But at the same time, he still doesn't deserve a co-main event. He hasn't done enough in the UFC to deserve a co-main event.
Yeah, and the Greg Hardy thing, man, like I get he's newer to the sport and everything, but the way he in that fight, how tired he was, and he was just, it looked like he was ready for the fight to be over, and then he just hit this dude with an illegal knee that looked intentional to me. I'm not saying it was intentional, but I felt like it was. I felt like he was just tired and he was ready for it to be over.
If it is, and he's just in there being an unprofessional.
But the way he talks, he seems like he is regretful, like he didn't mean to and stuff like that. So
that's crazy.
It's hard to tell.
He almost seems like a manipulative type of guy. Like he makes you want to, like, especially if you watch his interviews and stuff. Like after that fight,
he looks like he's dead behind the eyes.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. Maybe he's just a psychopath. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about him, but. Whatever happens in that fight happens. I can't say I'd be mad if he got absolutely slept. But, if he wins, he wins. Best of luck.
And then main event, we got Jacare and Jack Hermansson. I don't know.
Hermansson, how do you say it?
I say it different every time.
I'm going to go with Hermansson.
Yeah, I hear some people calling him Hermansson. I've heard him calling like Ariel says Hermansson. I don't know. I'll just call him the Joker. That's his fight.
The Joker, yeah. Let's go with that. Yeah, sometimes you just got to go with their name.
Yeah, Jacare and the Joker.
Jacare, he was super good against Chris Weidman.
I think that was his last fight.
That was his last fight. He put on that was a super good fight. I rewatched that fight a couple weeks ago. Him and Weidman, they went to war. Yeah. That was a good fight. But Jacare is one of those guys, it's hard to put him down. It is hard to put him down. You better have some power if you're going to knock that man out.
Yeah, his last three fights, he beat Chris Weidman, third round TKO. Before that, he lost to Kelvin Gastelum in a decision. And then before that, he beat Derek Brunson, first round TKO.
Nice.
It's his last.
Yeah, Jacare's got a good resume, man.
Oh, yeah. He's beat a lot of good guys.
I think Jacare gets it done. I think he gets it done maybe round 4, or it might go to decision.
I'm going to go the other way.
5 rounds?
Yeah.
I think it might go decision.
I'm going to go the other way.
Jack's tough.
I could see a decision, but I think Jack beats him.
You think Joker's going to get him?
Yeah. I think Jack's going to beat him.
We're going to
just
find out.
seeing how of course, Jacare's jiu-jitsu is he's got more skill there, I think, but I don't know.
The thing about Jacare is like he really can take a hit.
Yeah.
It's like that's why I think it's going to be a good fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's going to be a good fight for sure. I don't think it's going to be a one-sided fight, but I just kind of see Jack probably getting it late TKO.
Who is he supposed to face? Yoel?
Yeah.
So either way, it was not going to be easy for
Jacare.
No, he knows it's not going to be easy.
It's no walk in the park for sure.
Yeah, no matter what. So he's going to come in there prepared, I think, either way. And I just like Jacare. He's a nice guy. His interviews, he's really respectful, really nice. I'm a Jacare fan. I hope he does.
Yeah, it's been like, let's see, March 30th was Jack's last fight against David Branch. It hadn't even been a month.
Oh.
It hasn't even been a month since he choked out David Branch. Now he's right back in
saying that on the headlines. That wasn't too long ago.
Like 46 seconds, though. I mean, like, he didn't even take a punch. It's like, as soon as they came out.
He's tough.
Yeah.
Jack is tough. He's been in some crazy fights, too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see that one. We'll definitely give our input on that one next week, whatever happens.
Sure.
What about freaking Darren Till? We haven't talked about him.
Oh, my God. Dude, I don't know. I don't even know what to think about that,
Darren Till, you'll probably never hear this, but get your shit together, bro.
Yeah, for real, dude. So much skill.
I like watching you fight. You're a good fighter, and get your shit together.
Yeah, man. So if anybody doesn't know, Darren Till apparently somewhere, where was it at? Somewhere in...
It was in England.
In England.
Trashed a hotel.
Yeah, trashed a hotel room with his buddies, and then they got kicked out of that hotel. They went to a different hotel and tried to check in, and they got denied. So while the taxi driver was loading the bags, they jumped in the car and stole it and took off.
And the headline says accidentally steals a taxi.
How do you accidentally
You do not accidentally steal a taxi.
Yeah.
When
I read that, I thought they went to go get their rental car, and they got in the car next to it, which happened to be the taxi, and left in it.
Possibly.
That's what I thought.
Does it not look like a taxi?
No, well, apparently this car was like a Volkswagen Jetta or some shit like that.
Oh.
But, you know, they said that the taxi driver was loading the bags in the trunk, and they hopped in the car and took off. So that's not accidentally stealing a taxi.
Okay, yeah, that makes no sense. And then they trash a hotel room?
Yeah, they trashed the hotel room first. In the first hotel room, they were breaking all kinds of furniture.
Call me crazy. Call me crazy, but it seems like they got coked up.
That's what it.
That's
kind
of went on a little rampage.
Yeah, he
just
had that, you know, crazy loss.
Not acceptable for him, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no matter what, you got to be professional. Even if you lose, you got to be professional, and you got to get back in your game, and you can't go around just acting stupid.
He deleted his Instagram and his Twitter after that.
A lot of these fighters do this, though. I mean, I'm not gonna judge him. You know, he didn't hurt anybody. I don't think. You know, he didn't physically hurt anybody else or do anything really bad. So I'm gonna give him a break because I like Darren Till.
I just
want to see him fight again. I want to see him make a comeback. But,
I just want to see him get his shit together and stop having these issues because he's a really talented dude and he could do. You know, he could be champ one day
easily.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, he had a pretty good fight for a little while against Woodley. I mean, he wasn't doing terrible. You know, he could. You know, he's still young though. He's your age. Yeah, I mean,
27.
Yeah, Darren, you got so much time. Get it together.
Yep.
That's about it. What else we got?
Bellator 220.
Oh yeah.
Roy McDonald, John Fitch.
We got Roy McDonald, John Fitch. I think Rory gets it done.
I think so too. That's gonna be a fun fight. John Fitch was on Ariel's podcast that I listened to the other night, and you know he was just talking about his being able to come back to having a chance to work his way back to the title and stuff like that.
We could also talk about these fights next week too. Whatever happens with them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Cool. Yeah. I think Rory gets it done. He's just a savage, man. This is kicking off the welterweight Grand Prix, so it's going to be like another tournament like the heavyweight was. Which is kind of weird because the title's not open.
That's three title defenses for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the last one, that last fight with Douglas Lima was crazy. That was a war.
Also, if he wins, he'll get $1 million.
Oh yeah, it's a million. Yeah.
So I mean, 50 Cent put up $1 million. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
is that at the end of the tournament or is that each fight?
Well, according to this, it just says...
I thought that was at the end of the tournament. I think that's how they do it with the heavyweight.
50 Cent's putting up the jackpot for the tournament winner.
Yeah, I think he did the same thing with the heavyweight Grand Prix too.
Yeah.
And the winner, like Ryan Bader, got $1 million and became double champ or whatever.
He said, this says... Yeah, John Fitch vacated the PFL welterweight title to sign with Bellator.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't get to cash those checks, but... He aims to right that wrong, and he told USA Today there's a movie in there somewhere if he can beat his former UFC colleague.
Yeah. He's writing
That's
a book.
That's a good fight, though.
He's in the middle of writing a book right now.
Bitch.
Yes, apparently for the last... he's been fighting for 20 years or 22 years or something like that. And all these years, he keeps a journal. He said he had real bad anxiety and stuff, and he went through a lot of depression and stuff like that. And the ways he worked through it, he just kept a journal. He just like wrote every day.
Really? That's
and
cool.
So he's got years and years worth of these notes that he's taken.
That's what
and
I
so
do.
he's writing.
I write down a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he's turning it all into a book.
That's cool.
And so it's gonna be more like 4 books, but the third one's gonna be like a 3-parter.
I didn't even know that. It's nice to learn little stuff about that
Yeah.
about fighters. You know that they got going on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
I hope he's successful in that. I hope the book comes out.
I think it actually might be available now. The first one might be already be out, I think. And he's working on the second one or working on the third one or something.
That's cool.
But there's going to be multiple.
That's respectable.
Yeah, there's going to be multiple books, and he said he's just basically turning all of his notes into a book. You know.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty neat.
I hope that works out for him. I hope he can make some money off of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to write my own book one day.
Yeah,
for sure. Cool.
On that same card, Lima Lay McFarlane is
Ortega.
Yeah, defending her title against Veda Ortega.
Be a good fight.
Yeah, she's undefeated, 9-0, monster.
I think McFarlane, she probably gets it done.
Yeah. First or second round TKO.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I would say
she's been tough. She's been really tough lately.
Mm-hmm. And then lightweight main card, Benson Henderson and Adam Piccolotti. I don't really know how to go on that. I've heard some good things about Piccolotti, but I haven't really watched many of his fights.
I haven't either. I watched the little Ben Henderson fights.
Yeah, Benson's been doing it for a while.
Yeah, he's been in the game a while.
Yeah.
But
his most famous, spotlight might have been getting knocked out by the Showtime.
True, the Showtime kick. I forgot that was him. Oh no, it's not a good.
He's been in some good. He's been in some wars. I think if I remember right, there was a fight with Ben Henderson and Clay Guida back in the day. No. That was Diego Sanchez, Clay Guida.
Yeah.
That monster, it was one of the first really crazy fights I can remember. They were both just beat the shit out of each other. They were all bloody.
Always goes to war.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally always goes in there. I hope he never has any CT, but it's gonna be hard not to.
After that, or before that, I guess, Phil Davis, Liam McGreary, and then Gaston Bolanos, Nathan Stolen. That's the main card. So a lot of UFC or a lot of MMA this weekend. Yeah, for sure.
That's why I love the sport, man. We always got something to watch.
Yeah. And I like how Bellator's coming up now, and they're putting on some really good fights and stuff now.
50 Cent's helping them out.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting a lot of promotion into it and helping them out. I want to see everybody, all of them, be successful. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Bellator's been around a while. It's just it's always been outshined by the UFC.
Mm-hmm. The more that Bellator does, it's good for the UFC too. It's just competition,
Exactly. Yeah, and
I like having multiple things to watch and multiple things to talk about.
It keeps the other ones on their toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it gives guys I want what's best for the fighters too. I don't want.
It gives them somewhere else to go make money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
how many guys have we seen leave? Go into a contract negotiation with UFC and they're not getting enough, so they go to Bellator and get paid, and
one championship pays their fighters good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's. I guess.
I think that's about all the.
I got more stuff, but we're already at an hour 8, so we might as well.
Oh yeah, I mean,
we can always talk about some of this other stuff next week.
Yeah, I still have a few things saved that we can talk about next week too.
Yeah.
Man, we ain't never gonna run out of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we were bullshitting our way through half this one.
Yeah, right. Hope y'all enjoyed this podcast though. It was actually had a lot of information in it. So
yeah.
We had a lot of stuff to put out, but
for sure.
Other than that, I think that's about it.
Yeah. As always, you can follow us on social media.
Instagram, Facebook, wherever.
Yeah.
Contact us.
For sure.
Let us know about t-shirts if you're interested, anything like that. Just reach out to us. We like to hear from our listeners. We want to hear, if there's anybody out there that's...
Definitely.
Yeah, give us a little insight, help us out, anything, man.
Spread the word.
Grow. Yeah, spread the word,
if you got any friends, family, colleagues that like MMA and need something to listen to, send us our way before Rogan. Man, he's got enough listeners. He don't need any more.
We need some of those Rogan listeners. But we'll see you guys next week. This is episode 6 of Untrained Experts.
Peace.